Hello, my friends. I continue the new chapter of Essa Gold Road. Finally, we are almost here in Skingrad, and you can see even the guards which observe the territory as literally as in Test for Oblivion. Yeah, nostalgia. Well, in this episode I will finally complete the first main quest, this chapter, and now we can see the walls, the high walls of Skingrad. I think that I need now get off my horse and use my legs. Yeah. These landscapes. So, well. Skingrad. And immediately we can see the point where we can get
Legion jobs available here.
the daily quests. Well, where we need to go? Fine. But by the way, burnt biscuits. Ah. Go to Count Calantu's office in Skingrad. Let's go. If you remember that quest, where we saved little, I forgot, little pig? By the way. I don't understand why I still hearing the sounds of rain while I am already in the manor, but let's don't pay attention.
Count Calantius, Lord Svendelmore of the Burnt Biscuits has been rescued. Thanks to the bold efforts of this adventurer. I aided in their task.
Oh, my sweet fuzzy baby, my little Bernie Werney. Who's my good bear? You are? Yes, you are. You there. Let's talk.
Of course, it's a shame that I said little pig instead of little bear, but well, anyway. You don't want to talk.
You performed a great service for Westweald today, traveler. Without Sir Svendelmore of the Burnt Biscuits at my side, Skingrad would fall apart.
Indeed, there was mention of a reward. I'm sorry. But anyway.
A reward? Of course. On behalf of Skingrad, take this as your reward. And Legionary Luther must be rewarded too. He deserves a promotion. I'll need to check my budgets. What am I saying? I'm the Count of Skingrad. Of course he gets promoted.
Okay.
Sergeant! Oh, my. I'm so excited I can barely...
Sergeant Luther? Oh, his injuries are too much for him. Healer, help Sergeant Luther Lentinius recover and take him to the barracks.
Poor guy. Legendary Larina.
I name you Ally of Skingrad, traveler. You will always be welcome in our fair city.
Thank you. And what's it like being the Count of Skingrad?
It's a taxing job. There are a lot of moving parts. You could say that being the Count of Skingrad is a lot like, owning a vineyard. It is like being a vintner.
How so?
A vintner must focus on everything. Workers, wine, customers, vermin, competitors, and many more things.
Understand.
The Legion are my workers. Skingrad is my wine. And the Recollection and Daedra are both vermin and competitors. Of a sort.
And your customers?
Why, isn't it obvious? The citizens of Westfield, of course. Keeping them satisfied, safe, and happy are my goals and my honor.
Well, thank you. And what's next for you and Sergeant Luther?
For now, I'll keep Skingrad safe from any conflict. These times are difficult, to say the least, but Westfield will persevere. With Burn Biscuit safe and sound, I feel anything is possible.
What about Luther? Will he recover?
Ah, yes. Legionary... Sergeant Luther will be fine. I need a bodyguard for Burn Biscuit, and he'll fill that role nicely. He just needs some healing and rest.
Yeah, I get it. Taking care of your beer. So, goodbye, sir. According to sounds, the weather is continuing. Okay. Let's go to our main quest then. I like how they made this city. Of course, I think that it's at least little bit bigger than in Test 4 Oblivion.
The
Maybe.
new forest worries me. Nothing natural ever grew that quickly.
It's those wood elves. Valenwood is trying to annex territory that is rightfully ours.
Maybe. But the wood elves of Dashabar claim their intentions are peaceful.
Baragon's townhouse.
Welcome to my townhouse, friends. I can't wait to hear the results of your investigations.
Hello all. Lermil.
Baragon has graciously offered us the use of his townhouse as a base from which to conduct our investigations. Speak with him, please. I know he is curious about what you discovered.
Okay. Tribune.
I see you found your way to this Baragon person too, comrade. We started to compare notes about the recollection, but then he insisted we wait for you. So, go talk to him. I need to know what's going on.
I'm too.
I can't believe we found a corrupted seed at Ostermere. That the recollection somehow caused the new forest to overgrow Westfield. Or that my friend Sorelin was involved. Laramil wants to talk to you, but I'd like to hear what else you discovered.
Well, Tribune Ale and I kept Recollection and Daedric forces from invading Skingrad at Rustwall Estate.
An invasion launched from Rustwall Estate would have taken Skingrad completely by surprise. I'm glad that you and the Tribune were there to stop them. But the recollection working with Daedra? That's a troubling new development.
Well, as always, do you know Tribune Alea, by the way?
By reputation. We only just met. I know she does troubleshooting for Count Calantius, so I figured I might run into her eventually. She apparently heard about me too, and just showed up on my doorstep. You learn anything else out there?
The recollection was looking for Ethelia at Ellenglen, but we found her first. Then she suddenly vanished.
Ethelia, the Daedric prince you and Laramil are looking for?
Yes.
You met her?
Yes.
Incredible! But why is the recollection looking for her? Didn't they... never mind. I think you should talk to Laramil now. I need to consider all this.
Our initial investigations are complete, Proxy. Let us speak.
I confess, Daedric incursions and wandering princes are a little outside my typical experience. Perhaps Laramil can make sense of what's going on around here. I confess...
The affairs of Daedric princes are kind of beyond my jurisdiction as a Legion Tribune, but if they threaten Westweald, they're going to answer to me.
I like your position and... yes.
Encountering a material confirmation of... that is, I thought it would take longer for us to find and confront Ethelia in person. We determined that my suspicions about the Frayed Fates proved correct. Each location had a connection to Ethelia.
So what do those connections tell us, Laramil?
That the Recollection and the Miramor Daedra seek to restore Ethelia to power. They cause the New Forest and Wildburn devastation. And Ethelia wanders Westweald, starting to remember. For helping me reach these conclusions, take this reward.
Thank you.
Speak with Baragon. See if he has a thought about our next steps. Ethelia's presence untethers all consequences. It makes it nearly impossible for me to perceive the threads of fate, let alone determine which threads to follow.
Is that a problem? Most people can't see fate.
Most people do not bear the responsibility of preserving reality itself. If we guess wrong about what we must do, or simply fail to do it, disaster ensues. I do not like to leave such decisions to chance when the stakes are so high.
So what do we do now, then?
Trust in Baragon's knowledge of the Recollection. There is an anomaly I wish to look into while you and he pursue the cultists and ferret out their plans. Perhaps the Wildburn seed you found in Ostermere is the place to start. I shall find you later. Speak with Baragon. See if he has a thought about our next steps. Ethelia's...
The Wood Elf mentioned a strange seed the two of you found at Ostermere. If that can explain how that new forest grew up so quickly, we should look into that. Talk to Baragon and see if he knows anyone who might be able to tell us more.
Were you able to convince Count Calantius to send more legionaries to Rustville Estate?
Not exactly. While he agreed to spare a few legionaries to patrol the area, he's reluctant to assign more troops there on a permanent basis. Not after I lost an entire cohort. He ordered me to continue my investigation, though, so here I am.
Why come here?
When we learned that the Recollection was working with Daedra at Rustwall, it seemed my clearest path forward was to find an expert. Retired adventurer, former Imperial scribe, Recollection scholar. I probably should have visited Baragon sooner.
Now that she mentioned it, I've heard of Greenspring seeds. If the Recollection was able to corrupt the sacred seeds of the green with Daedric magic, that's unthinkable. Before we go look for that cart, we should talk to King Nantharion first.
Wait. Is it a bug? I think yes.
Now that she mentioned it, I've heard of green spring seeds. If the recollection was able to corrupt the sacred seeds of the green with Daedric magic, that's unthinkable. Before we go look for that cart, we should talk to King Nantharion first.
Yeah. So, according to this text, he should say, I've been thinking about Ostomy and your investigations with Laramil and Tribune Allaire. The recollection was involved each time. We need to determine what they are planning next. Maybe the Wildburn seed we found in Ostomia can help us do that. So, the question, how can the Wildburn seed help us with the recollection?
I'm not a green speaker or a spinner, but I know a corrupted seed when I see one. If we can trace it to its source, I think we can find the recollection. Luckily, there are experts on this sort of thing close by, in the wood elf town of Vashabar.
Could Vashabar's wood elves be involved with the recollection?
Bosmer who honor the green wouldn't have anything to do with a Wildburn seed. But I want to show the seed we recovered to a green speaker. If they can tell us more about it, it might lead us right to the recollection. Help me, and I'll pay your way.
I will help you learn more about the Wildburn seed.
When we talk to King Nantharion, you take the lead. Tribune Allaire is just as likely to start a war as an argument, and Vashabar isn't quite sure what to make of me. You, on the other hand, are an unknown quantity. That could work in our favor.
And now again he said another quote instead this, and I will read myself. Here, just to be safe, you should carry the Wildburn seed. Green Speaker Darolith in Vashabar should be able to tell us something about it. Just follow the Gold Road, yes, the Gold Road, into Dawnwood and turn north. Tribune Allaire and I will meet you there. Well, this house is enormous. It's all yours?
I know, it's too much. During my adventuring days, I helped a wealthy Colovian family. They rewarded me with the deed to a grand old empty townhouse. I had enough gold to make this place livable, and it seemed a waste not to use it.
So, what's a wood elf doing living in Skingrad? Just lives in his townhouse?
I've lived all over Tamriel, and Skingrad is a nice enough city. Always something happening here, and we get news from across the continent. It wasn't until recently that the people of Westweald started looking askance at wood elves.
What exactly do you mean?
Since the appearance of the new forest, what the Bosmer of Vashabar called Dawnwood, the rest of Westweald has grown nervous and suspicious of all wood elves. I've lived here for years, but suddenly I'm an outsider. Things could get ugly.
Yeah, I get it. You said no Bosmer who honors the Greenwood deal with the Wildburn seed. What about Sorrelen?
Yes, I'm confused by that as well. Green Speakers are mages who work within the Green Pact to shape the forest to meet their needs. Every Wood Elf village has a Green Speaker to grow new pod homes or shape useful tools. It's an art my people cherish.
So, why is Green Speaker Sorrelen working with the recollection? What do you think?
You saw what I saw at Ostermere. My old friend Sorrelin has lost her way. If she had a hand in the use of Wildburn seeds, then she's turned her back on the Green Pact. I'm not sure she can do that and still call herself a Green Speaker.
Okay, can you remind me something about the recollection?
My best guess is that the recollection is a revival of an ancient Ayleid cult. The Ayleids didn't just vanish when their empire fell. Many found shelter in the surrounding lands. Some Wood Elves believe they're descendants of that heritage.
Has the recollection been around long?
As far as I can tell, the recollection didn't even exist a year ago. It's like hundreds of people woke up one day and decided to join a new cult. They're convinced something has been taken from them. Something they'll do anything to reclaim.
What is Recollection doing?
Plundering ancient ruins, recruiting other people who feel lost. Mostly wood elves, but not exclusively. Whatever it is the Recollection thinks they're missing, it's made them desperate and dangerous. And we know they're working with Daedra too.
I don't know if it's a good idea to take that seed to Vashabar. We could be handing it right back to the Recollection. Who knows how many friends they have there.
Yeah, I understand. I get it, but you suspect a tie between the Wood Elves of Vashabar and the Recollection. Tell me more about your suspicions.
They both showed up in Westweald around the same time. Oh, I don't think every Wood Elf in Vashabar is a member of the Recollection, but some must be. It doesn't help that they occupy a new forest that appeared on land that doesn't belong to them.
Land that doesn't belong to them?
Sure, the new forest sprang up in a part of Westweald that was mostly wild and uninhabited, but it's still part of the province. No one in Vashabar swears allegiance to Count Calantius. What's he supposed to make of that?
So you are concerned about the Count's claim to the land, right?
I'm not concerned about lines on a map. People are getting hurt. The devastated area at the border of the forest is ruining farms and spawning dangerous beasts, not to mention the attacks by the Recollection. Someone needs to answer for all this.
When we talk to King Nantharion,
I know little about Bosmer mystical traditions. If Baragon knows a Greenspeaker who can be of use, you should seek them out. Find out what you can about the Wildburn seed. I have my own avenues of investigation to follow.
Seeds of suspicion. Vashabar. So, let continue in Ostomer Way Shrine. And we are already here. Ostomer Way Shrine. Let's go to the road.
Lost? How can we be lost? We make this trip every year.
Give me a moment to get my bearings. This wouldn't have happened if we weren't debating all the time. It distracts me.
Hello, friends. What's the problem?
I hate to admit it, but Agmund is right. Our accursed debate on the Molag Bal paradox is what got us into this predicament.
What's the Molag Bal paradox?
It goes as follows. Molag Bal is the Daedric Lord of Domination.
I
He
know.
always opposes the wishes of others. If everyone would express the belief that he exists, would he therefore cease to do so because his nature demands he oppose the wishes of others?
What's the debate about?
The question comes from the initial assumption that Molag Bal is subject to the metaphysical rules of the universe, which we call the Orbis. If that's true, Then is he truly a being of pure domination?
I don't know, but maybe there's something way I can help?
I think you can. What are your thoughts on the paradox? Maybe then we can put our debate to rest and focus on getting to Skingrad. You should hear both our opinions on the matter before you decide.
Well, I just figured out where we need to go. But I am excited that this stranger wants to enter the debate now.
Speak to Agmund and hear his argument. I'll share mine, then give us an outsider's perspective. Because Anuic and Patomaic forces simultaneously defy and support Molag Bal, he both simultaneously resists and submits to the will of others. This then means Molag Bal is either not completely dominant, or is not completely real. Speak to Agmund and hear his argument. I'll share mine, then give us an outsider's perspective.
What are you two doing out here?
Agmund and I travel annually to the Temple of Julianos in Skingrad to challenge the sophists and mystics in friendly debate. But we were so engaged in our discussion that we took a wrong turn. Looks like our wits need to be sharpened, indeed.
Sophists and mystics?
Julianos is the divine of wisdom and logic. His chapel attracts philosophers seeking to explain the mundus. Agmund and I met at a similar gathering in Ababan Gora. We got into a heated debate over the ethics of conjuration magic.
Ababan Gora. That's far from Skingrad.
Oh, yes. And Agmund comes from Winterhold. But despite our differences, we've become fast friends. Every year we make our way to Skingrad to debate and discuss. But this year we got distracted by the Molag Bal paradox and are temporarily lost. Speak to Agmund.
Agmund.
The Molag Bal paradox is a classic. I wanted to dig into it because I know Isaiah doesn't like talking about Daedra, but I also think it's a good one to pass the time.
What are your thoughts on the paradox?
I felt that Molag Bal being alive implies that Orbic forces wish him not to exist, and so, in defiance, he chooses to remain alive. That implies that the universe at large wishes us to suffer, which would be both abusing and sad. I'm very eager to get moving. Westweald wine accompanies cosmic theories the best. I'm very eager...
So do you now have a good grasp on the complexity of this paradox?
I'm not sure, but maybe I have some thoughts.
Please, let's hear them. Maybe then we can finish our pilgrimage. There's a comfy inn and a bottle of wine waiting for me in Skingrad.
Well, variant 1. Perhaps Molag Bal represents the clash of free will and fate, and is himself suffering. Second, it sounds like Molag Bal is actually kind of pathetic, a prisoner of his own nature. And third, I think this is all very confusing. Yes, I think this is all very confusing.
Such is the nature of metaphysical debate. Perhaps the Daedra delight in confusing us, and we empower them when we think of them. I wonder, when we sleep at night, do they weaken, since we don't consider them?
Perhaps.
Well, thank you for putting up with our musings. We should probably be off. Skingrad awaits us. Let's get moving, Agmund. If we're lucky, there'll be sweet rolls available at the bakery by the time we arrive.
Oh, thank the eight. I was going to say the same thing, Isaias. Bye, traveler. Thanks for the help.
You too. Well, interesting. So, I can... Wait, I can go from this side and I can check that place. Singer's Outpost. Let's do it. Tharker's Strike. Okay. Let's continue.
You are the one I seek.
No, no. I'm sorry, no.
We're done here. Agreed, you arse.
Here for his bones. Fine. Occupy myself for now.
Good day.
Hey there, traveler. You found us at an awkward time. You'd better talk to Lainey. She can explain better than me.
Lainey.
Rotten ruin of all the days. I'm sorry you had to see that, traveler. Our family drama is a poor welcome to Vashabar. Those two old timber pigs were our fathers. My beloved Clendigal and I simply can't get them to see reason.
See reason about what?
We want to be married, and our fathers, trees take them, won't hear of it. You just saw the backside of an argument we've had many times. This was the last. Clen and I are going to leave. Start a new life. Can I ask a favor? I have coin.
What's the favor? And why won't your fathers let you wed?
They don't see eye to eye on anything. It's like they want to grind each other into bone meal. Long story. If you're inclined, find my Agawen Cyril and tell her we're leaving. We need supplies and she might be willing to help us.
Well, I have a lot of time, but yes, I can do that. I will find Agaven Cyril and let her know your plans.
Cyril's my aunt. She owns the beer garden at the center of town. You can't miss her. Ifray, the singer himself, must have sent you. Thank you, traveler.
Wait a moment. You said your fathers want to grind each other into bone meal.
I'm slightly exaggerating. But while the language of my people is expressive and beautiful, we have no word for fundamentally disagree with to the point of violence.
What do they disagree on?
My father's a Green Speaker and devout follower of the Green Pact. Clendigal's father is an important envoy for King Nantharian's Dawnway. If they weren't so worried about appearances, they'd have punched each other in the bits by now.
They don't approve of your marriage because of their views, right?
They hated our match long before we crossed the River Strid and Vashabar was grown. But the last few months have been tense to the point of breaking. We tried one last blighted time to convince them, as you saw, and failed spectacularly, damn it.
But why can't you just get married? Ignore what your fathers think.
Ah, what a brilliant idea! Sorry. Perhaps where you're from that's an option, but not for us. Without the blessing of our fathers, not a soul in Vashabar would accept our union. That's just how we are.
You don't have anyone else who could bless your wedding.
We've plenty of family friends, but no one like that. Oakenbow. Clem and I both lost our mothers when we were young. It's one of the things that drew us together. We need our fathers to consent. Or we need to leave.
There is trouble. Yes. Okay, I will try to do something and help. But can you tell me about Vashabar?
It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from Valenwood. We follow the Green Pact, but a number of us support the Dawnway as well. We crossed the River Strid when the forest of Valenwood extended into Westweald.
You said Valenwood crossed the river?
Depends who you ask. Some believe the Green grew the forest and led us here to establish Vashabar. Those who follow the Dawnway see it as a sign we were meant to reclaim the land of our ancestors, provided you believe we're descended from Aliads.
You said your families hate each other.
I'm slightly exaggerating. But while the language of my people is expressive and beautiful, we have no word for fundamentally disagree with to the point of violence.
What do they disagree on?
My father's a Green Speaker and devout follower of the Green Pact.
What's a Green Speaker?
Magic weavers that speak to the green. We shape the living wood that make up our homes. It's an ancient art form, and I'm proud to carry on the tradition. Vashabar would never have grown without my father and his magic. Obstinate old Ash.
The village is called Vashabar, you said. Can you tell me about it?
It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from Valenwood. We follow the Green Pact, but a number of us support the Dawnway as well. We crossed the River Strid when the forest of Valenwood extended into Westweald.
How do you feel about the Green Pact?
Most days, proud, actually. I'm training to be a Green Speaker myself, following along the leaf trail of my father and his father before him. Obstinate old Gratoke that he is. I love him, damn it. I just wish he'd listen to me.
Yeah, I get it.
Magic weavers that speak to the green. We shape the living wood that make up... It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from Valenwood. We follow the Green Pact, but a number of us support the Dawnway as well. We crossed the River Strid when the forest of Valenwood extended into Westweald.
What was that name you called your aunt? Agavan?
It's a family nickname for my Aunt Cyril. Agawen means something like wise woman. I think it's an old joke between her and my father. In kinder times, he encouraged us to appreciate our culture and use our language. Cyril's my aunt. She owns the beer garden at the center of town.
Hey, thanks. Not every man or mer that comes up the road would help a couple in the middle of a family fuss.
How do you feel about all of this?
I'm angry. I just have a hard time letting it out like Lainey does. I was so proud to move here with the rest of my kin. Sure, I'd marry my beloved in this beautiful new village. But you saw what we're up against.
Yes. Is today the first time you spoke of living?
Not even close. But today's arguments were the last leaf to fall. This has gone on long enough. Lainey and I have been together for years, and we've wanted to be married almost as long.
Why didn't you try to leave before today?
Lots of little things. The season wasn't right. We were helping establish the village. Honestly, I think we both just hoped our fathers would see reason. But we're done waiting. It's time to act.
Okay. What about Vashabar? Are you proud of it?
Ifra helped me, yes. Without my family's help, Vashabar would never have been grown. Why wouldn't I be proud? And we call the forest Dawnwood for a number of reasons. A new day for my clan, for Valenwood, even for Westweald.
How were these buildings creating?
Greenspeakers, including Lainey's father, grew the village after Dawnwood covered the land. Vashabar's still a tender shoot by Valenwood standards, but it's expanding every day. From the smallest sprigs, Grot Oaks grow.
You are proud of the village, but you still want to leave.
We don't want to go, damn it! We're so proud of the clan, of this huge chance we took moving across the River Strid. But I love that woman. I want to stand in front of the village, pronounce that love, and drink Rotmeth till we're all sick.
Cyril's my aunt.
Hey.
Agavan cereal.
Welcome, traveller. This is the Vashabar Garden of Ale. I'm the owner and host, Cyril. Did I hear Ray's voices just now? Was that Lainey and her father?
You heard right. Lainey and Clandegirl are fed up. They want to leave, start a new life.
Green preserve me. My brother Nidalee are an old mint for the problem here, sure enough. They've never seen eye to eye. But since Vashabar grew, their views have petrified like ancient bark. Neither will bend, but it's the lovelies who suffer.
The couple wants you to gather supplies for their travel. Will you help them?
Easy enough. I'll do it. But look, Lainey and Clendigal deserve love and their village both. Can you go talk to those old goats? Tell them their children plan to leave. Maybe that will make them finally see reason.
I can talk with those old goats. Lainey seemed sure they wouldn't change their minds.
How can you... I have just the thing. Take these. I brewed up a few casks of Jaga earlier this week. Offer them a drink, and maybe they'll be more inclined to listen. I'll be over by the stables when you're done.
Well, I will give them the Jagger and see what they have to say. See you at the stables.
Those old manners should be in pod houses around the village. And don't worry if they get cranky. They're more bark than branch, if you take my meaning. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Yes, can I ask you a few questions, please?
Of course. You're kind to involve yourself in affairs of the heart like this. Family, tradition, belief. Oh, my brother. What a mess.
Do you want Lainey and Clendagal to marry? I mean you, exactly.
I want them to be happy, sap sweet as that is. They've put off their own plans for years now, first supporting their fathers and then the village. If they want to stand and be married, Ifrey himself couldn't dissuade me.
Why were you so quick to help the couple?
In Valenwood, the oldest trees are revered, but the long shadows they cast can strangle saplings before they take root. Minth and Nedelir are much the same. They're giants, but we need new growth to secure the future.
Why does Lainey call you Agavan Cyril?
Since we were kids, I've been trying to get Nedelir to listen to reason. He may be a pillar of the community now, but to me, he'll always be my little brother. He thinks he's teasing me by calling me a wise woman, but I secretly love it.
What's in this jagger you gave me?
Pig's milk, primarily. It's my own recipe, so there's a bit of this and a bit of that in there for flavour and body. If you like that, you should taste my rot meth. I've been brewing a batch for Lainey's wedding ceremony since she was a baby.
On roughness.
What exactly are you implying, Calovian?
I'm not implying. I'm saying it outright. This land wasn't yours to grow a forest over.
That's enough, Tribune.
Fine. You and the mercenary handle it.
Apologies, Greenspeaker. What can you tell us about the seed my friend is carrying? One diplomatic incident averted. So far, so good. Go ahead and speak with the king, friend. Tell him about the threat the recollection poses to Vashabar, and about the corrupted seeds.
The Baragon's line of quotes and replics has broken because almost in every conversation he said one thing, but in text other thing. It doesn't matter. He should said in this dialogue that was exactly the wrong approach to take with Greenspeaker Darolith. I will try to calm Tribune Allaire down. You talk to the Greenspeaker and see if she can tell us anything about the wild burn seed.
We're standing in a forest that grew overnight. Pointing out that the Wood Elves of Vashabar occupy land that belongs to Westweald isn't an accusation. It's a simple statement of fact. Never mind. You talk to her. Find out about that seed.
A Colovian soldier can't just stroll into our town and throw around accusations. If not for Baragon, he may not be part of our settlement, but his good works are known to us. Well, what is it? What did you bring to show me?
We found this seed in Ostomere. Baragon thinks you might be able to tell us something about it.
Does he? Well, let me take a look. This appears to be a green spring seed, but it's unlike any that I've ever worked with before. It's infused with strange energy.
What's a green spring seed?
Green spring seeds are what green singers use to grow new sections of forest and shape them into enclosures and settlements. We use some to create Vashabar, but this one is corrupted. Still, something familiar. Wait, I've sensed this before.
Really? But where?
I was out exploring. Dawnwood may be a blessing, but I'm curious as to its origin. And the devastated area troubles me. I ran into wood elves with a covered cart. There was a whiff of strange magic about it. It must have been one of these seeds.
Where exactly did you see this covered cart?
Here, I'll mark your map. I met the wood elves with a covered cart in the hills east of Leftwheel. If you find more of these corrupted seeds, burn them. And don't worry, I'll destroy the one you gave me after I finish examining it.
Wow. Tribune Ale thinks some of your people might be part of the collection.
The Tribune sees a threat in the eyes of every Bosmer, but she may not be wrong. I've heard rumors, secret gatherings, elves taking up paths walked before we accepted the Green Pact. Some who follow the Dawnway may be tied to the Recollection.
The Dawnway?
Our new settlement consists of two Bosmer factions, those who observe the Green Pact and those who follow the Dawnway. These elves cultivate crops and harvest wood, but they would never abuse the Green's gifts by corrupting a Green Spring ritual.
Tell me more about the Green Pact.
We Wood Elves are children of the Green. Long ago, we swore to never harm the living forest. We do not cut wood or pluck fruit. In exchange, the forest shelters us and shapes itself to our needs. Those who follow the Dawnway walk a different path.
How did you grow this forest so quickly?
We had nothing to do with the appearance of Dawnwood. King Nantharion tells us that it is a natural extension of Valenwood. That its sudden growth is proof that we are meant to reclaim our rightful heritage of this land.
Dawnwood, Valenwood, King Nantharion?
Dawnwood is what we call this new forest. Valenwood lies to the south, just across the Strid River. King Nantharion gathered Bosmer, who wanted a fresh start and took advantage of the new forest to build the Vashabar settlement.
In Ostomere, where we found that seed, the recollection indicated they created the new forest.
That makes no sense. No ritual I know of can make a forest grow so quickly. If the corrupted Greenspring seed, this Wildburn seed, is capable of that, I really must study it. I need to determine if the seed's taint has spread into the green.
This corruption and strange energy you sensed. Do you know what it is?
I need to conduct tests, make a detailed study. But if I had to guess, I think it carries a whiff of Daedric magic, which could explain the unprecedented explosion of energy and the area of devastation along the border, the Wildburn. Here, I'll mark your map. I met the...
I'm not sure what to make of everything the Green Speaker told you. Dawnway, Green Pact, Wildburn. Sounds like a lot of words that tell us absolutely nothing. You'd better talk to Baragon and see if he can make any sense of all this.
I feel better having warned King Nantharion about the dangers posed by the recollection. Now, let's go find that cart. Oh, and I know you want to ask about Ninglanir Pass. Can we save that for later? It's somewhat embarrassing.
Well, Baragon should say, now that she mentioned it, I've heard of green spring seeds. If the recollection was able to corrupt the sacred seeds of the green with Daedric magic, that's unthinkable. Before we go look for that cat, we should talk to King Nantharion first. Why do you want to talk to King Nantharion?
King Nantharion's an interesting person. Charismatic, a visionary. He saw an opportunity and rallied Wood Elves to follow him and start this settlement. As I understand it, he leans toward the Dawnway more than the Green. We need to warn him.
Warn him about what exactly?
That his followers are in danger. While drawing Wood Elves away from the Green is next to impossible, Green speaker Sorrelin notwithstanding, the followers of the Dawnway are ripe to be recruited by the Recollection. The king needs to know.
Alright, let's warn the king before we go to find the cart the Greenspecker told us about.
I thought Dawnwood was a blessing, a sign from the Green. Now, I'm not so sure.
If Baragon insists we go see this so-called king, let's make it quick. We don't know how much time we have before the Recollection strikes again.
I spotted the seed in a clearing up the hill. It looked, I don't know, ready to burst or something. Go burn it, but watch yourself. There are more Recollection around. We'll stay here and hold off any that try to pass.
Baragon's text replic: when we talk to King Nantharion, you take the lead. Tribune Alea is just as likely to start a war as an argument. And Vashabar isn't quite sure what to make of me. You, on the other hand, are an unknown quantity that could work in our favor. Yes, agree. King Nantharion. Let's continue other quest about the wedding. And at the same time just check local houses. What about a roof? You don't need? Or it's not house?
Every tree is part of the Frey's domain.
If Baragon insists...
Ifray's knees, a stranger. Welcome. What can this old green speaker do for you?
Hello, greetings. Before we get down to business, how about we share a mug of Jagger? It's Cyril's best.
My sister sent you? Yeah, with Jagger, no less, eh? Well, what's my sister up to this time? Well, I'll drink with you, stranger, and I'll hear what you have to say. Cyril does make some mighty fine Jagger.
Yeah, I came to tell you that Laeni plans to leave the village so she and Clandagirl can wed.
Rabbit dung! Lainey will be our next green speaker. Has she never abandoned her duty to the green? Damn Mint and his Dawnway spawn! Are there weeds in our garden? I won't allow this marriage. I'll make that clear to Lainey. As soon as I finish this Jagger.
Well, enjoy the rest of your Jagger. Thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, must be Cyril's new badge. No matter. A union between Lainey and that son of a Dawnway does not have my support. Not at all. I'll make sure Lainey knows that. As soon as I'm done with this Jagger.
Quite cozy.
Ah, a visitor to our fair village. Perhaps you'd like to hear about the Dawnway, the new path forward for Bosma and Vashabar. I can tell you all about it.
Before we get down to business, how about we share a mug of Jagger? It's Cyril's best.
Jagger? From Cyril? For me? What's this all about, stranger?
I don't know, I came to tell you that Clandagal plans to leave the village so he and Laeni can wed.
Ridiculous. Clendagal belongs here. I want him to see the world from the top of the canopy, not the bottom of the forest floor. To see the world as our King Nantharian sees it. Our king plans for the future, for our people, for Vashabar.
He can't marry Laeni and support the village at the same time? Why not?
No, he can't marry the daughter of a Green Speaker. The outdated customs of the Green Pact have held my people back for far too long. I understand what you and Cyril tried to do here, but my mind is made up. Now excuse me. I need to find my son.
Well, okay. Enjoy the rest of your Jagger. Thank you for talking to me.
That Cyril is a talented brewer. Even still, the marriage will not go forward, and you can tell her I said so. Now, where is my son?
I don't know, goodbye.
There you are. I've got a good start on gathering supplies for Laeni and Clendagal. How was your chat with the old goats?
I gave their fathers the Jagger and told them about the marriage. They didn't change their minds.
Those two could give lessons in cussedness to a timber mammoth. And now they'll be looking for the loving couple. Damn. My niece can't leave. If only... If their fathers won't budge, can we convince Laeni and Clendagal to stay?
Why would they stay if they can't get married?
I know those two. They'd never be happy as outcasts. If they stay, there's always a chance we can sort this out. I still need to work on these supplies. Would you be willing to talk to some friends of the families? Get them to encourage patience?
I can do that. Who should I speak to?
Gandelion. He's Lanie's grandfather. Helped her walk for the first time. Ah, and Melaniel. Clendagal's tutor with a blade. Both of them should be nearby. Thank you, traveller. There's a stiff brew with your name on it once we get this sorted.
Alright, I will see if Gandelion and Melaniel would be willing to help.
Gandelion and Melaniel shall both be near the centre of the village. Don't be surprised if they find the news about as welcome as a timber pig in the root cellar.
In Vashabar we respect the pact.
Let's go.
Ah, a visitor on a mission, like a ringtail after a beetle. A new face in Vashabar. beautiful like the pelt of a Sench tiger cub, fresh from the den and curious about the world.
Cyril asked me to speak with you. Laeni and Clandagal are going to leave the village.
No! What? No! All of a sudden I'm back, holding Lainey's hand as she takes a shaky step like a fawn in a glade. Oh, my heart. This is because of their fathers, isn't it?
Yes.
Nidalee, you foolish old man.
Unfortunately. Cyril was hoping you might ask the couple to stay.
I can't, stranger. I'm sorry. I teach the children if they want to leave, they should. It would be wrong to say different to Lainey. I'll go find Cyril. Perhaps I can see the couple before they leave town.
I'll see you later then.
Oh, I'm like a litter of fisher pups on the inside, all flailing limbs and lashing tails. I can't believe Lainey thinks she has to leave town. Her father will be heartbroken. Ifray's tears, I'll be heartbroken.
What do you do here in Vashabar?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm a part of the Valenwood faithful, an aide to the Green Speakers, advisor to spinners, and tutor for the village children. Would you like to hear my favorite thing about the Green Pact?
I suppose. What's your favorite thing about the Green Pact?
People in distant lands like to focus on our eating habits, or what we think about fallen trees. The truth is, the Green Pact is a way of inviting the forest into our lives, into our hearts. And that just makes me so happy.
What do you teach the children? These facts?
Many things. Oh, many things. Children don't know not to be curious, you see. A timber pig in a truffle den. Geography, politics, the ways of the green. I'm even a fair-hand at cooking when I put my mind to it.
That's a wide range of subjects.
I have to wear many hats. Hats on hats. We're a small community, and we want our children to make good choices, to be ready for the world. And if they choose to leave someday, well, perhaps they will return and bring the world back with them.
Can you tell me a bit more about Green Speakers?
Ha! Of course! Green speaking is a beautiful art, an extension of the deepest mysteries in Ifray worship. Some mages use it like you'd wield a hammer, as a tool. In our clan, we dedicate ourselves fully to hearing the singer, to weaving the trees.
Is everyone in Vashabar a Green Speaker?
Oh, no. Not everyone has the aptitude for magic.
I should ask.
Or perhaps, like a songbird in the highest branch, the storyteller's tune is too faint to hear. But for those with the gift, we celebrate it in a way few still do in Valenwood. Oh, I'm like a litter of fisher pups on the inside, all flailing.
I spotted the seed in a clearing up the...
I like this guy, Gendelion, and I respect his duty. It is quite good thing. This way. No, this way.
Halt! King Nantharian sees no
Another
one
student,
without good
perhaps?
cause.
We have good cause. We've come to warn him of a danger to Vashabar.
Very well.
Traveler, are you looking to practice the blade? In the mood for a sparring match?
No, Cyril asked me to speak with you. Clandagal and Laenia are going to leave town, you know.
Wendigal? Leave?
Yes.
But the village is freshly grown. And it feels like just yesterday I was helping him choose a training blade. I know how much he loves that young woman. If
Yes.
they think they have to leave town to be married, well...
Well, Cyril hoped you might convince the couple to stay.
No, I'm sorry. If they want to go, I respect their decision. But... maybe old Spinnabel Wellis might be able to help you. He's keeper of the Wilderhall here in Vashabar.
You know, it's more and more like football. How could Spinner Belvelas help?
The Dawnway teaches us that knowledge of the past can build a path to the future. Our Wilderhall holds all the old knowledge of our clan. Maybe there's something in there that could help Lainey and Clendigal find happiness.
Okay, I will go to talk to Spinner between Belvelas then.
Maybe there's still some way forward here. What is a marriage but a hope for a better tomorrow? And Vashabar itself is a symbol of hope.
What do you do in Vashabar, by the way?
I'm an accomplished blade dancer, and work with Minth as an envoy of the Dawnway. Before we left Valenwood, I taught everyone who asked the way of the sword. Wish I'd had a chance to do more.
Blade dancer?
Bit of a pompous term for someone that's good at fighting with a sword, innit? I heard it from a high elf in mixed training at a Dominion base. I kinda liked it, so I made it my own.
You are committed to the Dawnway, then?
With my whole heart. I saw more than enough during my time with the Dominion military to know we need a better tomorrow. A glimmering dawn on the horizon. Maybe there's still some way forward.
So, while we are here, we can talk with Nantharion. Hello, guy. Your appearance is quite interesting, you know. Greetings. Alea.
I see my reputation precedes me. Well, someone needs to get some answers from these people. Go on. Talk to the so-called King of Dawnwood. Maybe ask him who exactly crowned him while you're at it.
I assumed the recollection would be guarding the Wildburn seed, but the Tribune is right. They were expecting us. If the recollection does have a spy in Vashabar, then they're more dangerous than I thought.
Well, again, Baragon should say, one diplomatic incident averted. So far, so good. Go ahead and speak with the king, friend. Go ahead and speak with the king, friend. Tell him about the threat the recollection poses to Vashabar, and about the corrupted seeds.
Greetings, stranger. All are welcome in Vashabar. But tell me, who enters my humble abode with Baragon, the hero of Ninglinir Pass? And what was that about a danger to our unassuming town?
I am Radaro Snake. Baragon thinks a recollection may be recruiting its members from among your people.
The recollection? Yes, we have heard of this new order, but it has nothing to do with Vashabar. Do you really expect to find such violent agitators in this peaceful hamlet?
Greenspeaker Silverland is from Vashabar, right? So she's a member of their recollection.
Greenspeaker Sorlin helped us settle Dawnwood and build our town, but I haven't seen her in weeks. I assumed she had done her part and returned to Valenwood. Not everyone is prepared to break away from the familiar and start anew.
We also took a corrupted Wildburn seed from their recollection. We gave it to Greenspeaker Darolith.
A Wildburn seed?
Yes.
I've never heard of such a thing. But then again, I'm not a Greenspeaker or a spinner. And what did Darolith make of this strange seed? I know she's been trying to determine how our Dawnwood came to be. Does she suspect a connection?
The recollection said they created the forest. She said we might find more seeds east of Left Wheel.
That's not far from Hope Root, our new settlement. Count Calantius has refused our offers of cooperation, so I cannot assist you directly. But if you learn anything more that you feel I should know, find me at Hoperoot.
Alright, we will check in at Hoperoot, if we learn anything more.
Greetings, stranger. The recollection? Greenspeakers. A while? That's not far from Hoperoot lies to the north of Vashabar, just before you enter the devastated region. I'll be there, supervising the establishment of our next settlement. Good luck to you, adventurer.
Thank you, and if you will allow this, can I ask you, are you really a king?
I am the leader of the Dawnwood settlements of Vashabar and Hoperoot. The Bosmer I lead wanted no further part in the endless struggle for the Imperial throne. So when the Green extended the forest north into Westweald, I sought his aside.
You just decided to found a kingdom in Westweald, right?
The lands between Skingrad and Kvatch were all but abandoned after the troubles of the last decade. The Strid Vale was a frontier ready to be settled. When the Green extended the forest, I led my people out of Sylvanar to build a new home here.
How did you get all these elves to follow you?
I am the son of a noble family of Sylvanar, House Rill. Under the Second Empire, we ruled with little interference from Cyrodiil or Eldenroot. Many elves still remember those days with fondness. I accepted this crown when the people offered it to me.
I understand that some wood elves here don't follow the Green Pact.
All are welcome in Dawnwood, no matter their beliefs. Some follow the Green Pact, others seek a new path, the Dawn Way. You know, the roots of the Dawn Way are all around us, which is why I think the Green provided this new forest and led us here.
What do you mean, the roots of Dawnway?
Were you not aware that we stand upon the realms of the Saliak? You may call them aliens. They are the ancestors of my people. The ruins all around are not their legacy. No, their legacy are the Bosmer. Ayleid blood runs through our veins.
You called Baragon the hero of Ninglanir Pass.
Like many Bosmer, I am acquainted with the heroic tales of Baragon Sharpdagger. I spotted him in our town recently, and made sure to refresh myself on his exploits. He saved many Bosmer at Ninglanir, or so I hear. You should ask him about it. Hoperoot lies to the north of Vashabar.
Something funny is going on. Nantharian told us to come find him in Hoperoot if we learned anything about the Wildburn seed, but the sentries at the gate refused to let us in. Tribune Alea and I had to back off before it came to blows.
Well, Baragon said, I feel better having warned King Nantharian about the dangers posed by the recollection. Now let's go find that card. Oh, and I know you want to ask about Ninglanir Pass. Can we save that for later? It's somewhat embarrassing. Okay, of course, no problem.
We'll meet you near Leftwheel, friend. If there's another seed there, we need to find it. Something funny is going on. Nantharian told...
Hoperoot lies to the north of...
You were in there for a while? What did Nantharian have to say?
So, King Nantharian said that Count Calantius has refused his offers to work together. What do you think about it?
The Count doesn't know Nantharian. He and his wood elves showed up right after the new forest appeared without so much as a by your leave. Is it any wonder the Count doesn't trust him? Did Nantharian say anything about the recollection?
He doesn't think any of his people are involved. He asked us to report to him if we learn any more.
Not involved. Of course he'd say that. As for reporting to Nentharion, that depends on what we find. I serve Count Calantius and the Legion, not some self-declared king. Let's meet at the spot the Green Speaker indicated, and go look for that seed.
I'll see you there.
I'm still not convinced these Vashabar Wood Elves are innocent, but I'll take Baragon and meet you at the spot the Green Speaker indicated. I know the Colovian Hills well. If there are recollection or anything else out there, I'll find it.
Something funny is going on.
The people of Vashabar wish only to live in Dawnwood in peace. We are not invaders. We do not seek to displace the Colovians. But the Green has given us this forest, and we mean to make full use of that blessed gift.
Quite far. So we will complete the Vagin quest. The voice of the village.
Ah, the outsider. How goes your quest?
Who are you?
My mind drifts like a leaf on the breeze sometimes. I can't help it. Leaves are so pretty when they get blown around. Why would I want to be stuck on a branch? Surely it's better to follow the wind. There I go again. What were you saying?
I've seen you running to and fro, traveler. On a quest to help our young couple, I believe. How goes the journey?
Not well, if you are asking. Laeni and Clendagal are going to leave their village, so they can be wed.
Nedolir will not bend. Minth will not sway. They revere our culture, but learn nothing from the trees. If the couple chooses to leave, I will not speak against them. Every living being must be allowed to grow as it wills. So says Ifri, so say I.
One of the villagers mentioned a place called the Wilder Hall.
It is a repository of knowledge from Valenwood, a connection to the deep history of our people. I hoped the singer might send you my way. I believe a text from the hall may offer a solution. Seek out a scroll called the Rite of Propagation.
What does the rite do?
It allows a Bosmer community to determine its future, to step in where growth has stagnated. If Laeni and Clendagal perform the rite, Vashabar can make its voice known. And not even Nedolir or Minth can silence the voice of the village.
I'll look for the rite in the Wilder Hall. Thank you, Spina Belvilas.
The Wilder Hall is just east of here. The rite may be just what Laeni and Clendagal need, what Vashabar needs. I suggest you take it over to Cyril when you find the text. She'll be instrumental in enacting the rite.
What is it that you do in Vashabar?
I am a healer, a scholar, and a spinner. By aiding the people of Vashabar, I tend to the future. As keeper of the Wilder Hall, I tend to the past.
Do you have a special connection to Laeni and Clendagal?
You could say that. As a healer, I assisted in both their births. Laeni took command of the room the moment she drew breath. Clendagal came out fighting. I was also there when they lost their mothers. For every bright day, there is a dark one.
Why do you tend the Wilder Hall?
Why not me? I'm of the opinion that if you believe something is important, you don't leave it in the hands of others. The Green provides, traveler. But it often needs help from mortal hands.
What does it mean to be a spinner?
It means I am a priest of Ifre, god of the forest. As a spinner of tales, I hear his song and weave his stories for all to hear. Everyone in Vashabar believes in Ifre's grace, whether they adhere to the Green Pact or travel the Dawnway.
Well, what does it mean to follow Ifre?
A bit of a loaded question, no? For me, it's about living my story as best I can, and helping those around me to do the same. Ifre is, at his heart, a storyteller. And every story deserves to be told, no matter how large or small.
Can I ask you some questions about their right of propagation?
Of course. It is an ancient right, rarely practiced today. From a time when the supporting branches and vines of culture and custom could, on occasion, strangle new growth in its bed. The people of Valenwood have progressed since then. Somewhat.
Why haven't Laeni and Clendagal already performed the rite?
I doubt they know it exists. Both of them came in to read the texts on occasion, but they live busy lives. The past is not Laeni's focus, and Clendagal's mind drifts to much more ancient days.
So why did you wait until now to suggest this?
The couple had no plans to leave until now. If Nedolir and Minth are superseded by the rite, and their children wed, those two will not be pleased. But they'll listen to the will of the village. Desperate times call for obscure rites, as it were.
You are sure Minth and Nedolir will not object, right?
Without a doubt. Nedolir is a respected Greenspeaker, and Minth a key member of the Dawnway. They invoke the meaning and weight of our culture every time they open their mouths. If their children invoke a Valenwood rite, they will listen. The Wilder Hall is just east of...
Well, I think that we need complete this quest. The Voice of the Village. Wilder Hall. Interesting. The Green Lady's Primer for Children. The Green Lady's Primer for Children. Listen now, fair children, to the sonic story I tell. I am the Green Lady, her verdant highness. Do not look away. I know I am fearsome to behold. They call me the Vengeance of the Woods for good reason. Green is my name and green is my creed. As like all good children of Valenwood, I am a friend of the forest. What is the Green Pact? It is a promise, nothing more and nothing less. It is a gift that the Green gives freely in exchange for our protection and our love. In Valenwood, our one true home, the ancient world still stands as it did the day that Yifre, beloved singer, took the oars and spun the trees and the elves and the beasts into story and song. song. Let us go through the different aspects of the pact. What it means, how you can follow it, and why it is important. Remember always your venerations. In the storyteller's name, I stand upon the bones of the world. I drink in the promise and power of nature's law, and breathe out my thanks.
Traveller. It's been some time since we've had a new leaf blow into the Wilder Hall.
What is Wilder Hall?
A place of learning and an archive of knowledge. Beneath the roots of a many small village in Valenwood, you'll find libraries just like ours. The darkness and cool air keeps the scrolls preserved, just like wine. They get more precious with age.
Can you help me? I'm looking for a scroll called the Rite of Propagation.
Most assuredly. Rite of Propagation. That would be in the far back corner, with our oldest documents. You're welcome to take it, just please be careful. That scroll may be one of only a handful left in the world.
Vashabar in Valenwood and beyond. Vashabar in Valenwood and beyond, by Melbora, Wilder Hall Scholar. I've organized these notes as you requested, Spinner. The history of our clan goes back long, enough to fill volumes. I've tried to keep things simple as I can. While the village of Vashabar was founded only a few short months ago, many of the families in our clan can trace their lineage to after the fall of the Aelid Empire, but before the Alessian Empire's dissolution. It is somewhat amazing that these same families stayed together when they migrated to Valenwood so long ago. Though we have always been a small community, you can see the tracks of history wending their way through our bloodlines. A number of our most important early community members were part of the Heartland Elf diaspora, though many of these former conquerors adopted the teachings of the Green Pact. Our tradition of greenspeaking, perfecting the techniques of shaping the forest, stem from early in the Second Era. One of our own, an ancestor of Nidalee, developed techniques that would lead eventually to the cultivation of seed pod houses across Valenwood. The tradition of downwalking that would eventually lead to the downway movement is a more recent development, though it has its roots in our Aelid ancestors. When King Nantharion adopted the movement and began bringing our community into clearer focus, we were more than ready to make the move when the Green showed us a way to return to our roots across the street. The new forest seemed like it was grown specifically for us, so that we could reclaim the heritage of our Aelid ancestors. You know the rest. We packed up and followed King Nantharion to this sacred spot, and the greenspeakers got to work. It wasn't long before the first tendrils of Vashabar were grown. Note to King Nantharion. Nantharion, what in the green are you up to? I'm livid. I'm sitting here reading your damned manifesto and hearing reports of all these growths and movement. Are you trying to start another war, boy? Are you trying to get us exiled from the Pact? I've got a stack of letters here from the Queen, from Pact ambassadors, from the Covenant ambassadors. 3 from Count Calantius alone. I want you or a representative here in Eldenroot yesterday. Do you hear me? The governors and magistrates that make up the Tolmor and demanding answers, and I can't keep stalling. Your family and I go way back, son. You know as well as I do that we're always on a thin branch with these people. Please don't make my job any harder than it already is. You are a loyal subject of Valenwood. I know it. I expect to hear from you soon. King Kamora Iradan, Eldenwood. North to the Weald. The time for planning has ended. The creatures have grown strong. Our people thirst for change, and the trees have reached the street well. It's time to act. The forest shall be called the Dawnwood, and let this new movement be called the Dawnway. The roots of the Dawnway are all around us. I want those words on everyone's lips before week's end. Right of propagation. Right of propagation. Stagnation stand against the green. Ifre teaches us that growth must be allowed, lest a forest choke itself on its very roots. If that is so the case, enact the right of propagation and unburden then a village of that which holds it back. To enact the right, find a symbol of you to the village, an object that means you to the community. Stand together as supplicants before the village. Ask the community what it wills, if it stands at your side, or if it does not. If the community stands with you, your life's growth is in the hands of the village. If not, the matter which you brought before the village will not stand. In either case, respect the will of the village, for the village is the forest, and the forest is the green.
What's that? Ah, the right of propagation. Only a very small number of copies are left in the world. Do go carefully.
I promise.
Saint Velot's great despair begins our story. Try to know that
Singer be praised, you're back. What did they say?
Laeni and Clendagal may not have to leave after all. Take a look at this.
Look at... a right? Ah, don't. Ah, Ifra's arse. This is amazing. Where did you dig up this relic? It was Spinabel Welleth, wasn't it? Canny old goat. Ha! What a find. Nice work, traveler.
One of the villagers mentioned I should speak to him, and Spina Belvelas came through.
I never even thought to ask him. Brilliant. Go tell the loving couple. In the meantime, I'll gather Minth and Nedaleer, as many others as I can. If Lainey and Clendegal are going to ask the village to decide, we need the whole village to be present.
Where are Lainey and Clendegal?
With the fathers hunting for them, I told Lainey and Clen to hide out. They have a little love nest in an overgrown ruin on the southern edge of town. I bet they're there. Tell them what you found. Vashabar will be waiting when you return.
I will. See you soon.
Reach folk healers are some of the finest in the world. In our next cultural exchange, I will demonstrate a rich healing spell.
Damn it! Fine. Then we make for Varen's Wall.
Right. From there, we head for Anvil. But it's... Oh! Traveler. Hello.
This place is beautiful, isn't it? You should talk to Clendegal. He's normally easygoing, but he's so tense right now, I'm worried he's going to bud.
I see Cyril found you. This is a happy place for us, traveler. I hope you've come with news to match.
Actually, I think I have. Take a look at this.
An old scroll?
Yes.
Huh. I've never heard of this before. The rite of propagation. We gather some symbols, present them to friends and family, and ask the village what it thinks we should do. Traveler, with this we might not have to leave.
Yes, it was Spinner Belvelas' idea. Cyril is already gathering the villagers.
The Spinner? I didn't even know he liked me. Thank you. You have no idea what this means to us. We've been on a blade's edge since we spoke. We've already asked you for so much. If you're willing, do you have time to help us gather our symbols?
Sure. What are you thinking?
The Dawnway means so much to me and my family. It draws from Ayleid culture, and there are several Ayleid ruins nearby. A mosaic from the ancient empire of the Heartland Elves would perfectly represent me to the village.
What about a symbol for Lainey?
She's been mouthing words at me over your shoulder. Meet her where we began the ceremony to grow Vashabar. She thinks a dormant seed pod will represent her quite well. I'll mark your map, and we'll see you beyond the village. Lainey, we get to stay!
I will see you two outside the village then.
I can't rotting believe it. Can you rotting believe it, Clen?
Ha! The sooner we get those symbols, the faster we can start planning the wedding.
The site where Vashabar's growth began isn't far. Just refer to your map and I'll meet you there. And don't worry, traveler. You'll have a damned green speaker to be at your side.
You think a seed pod will be a good symbol for the ceremony?
You should have seen me waving my arms around to get Clen's attention. A seed pod's perfect. The dormant greenspring seeds are what remains of the ritual we use to grow Vashabar. They're sacred to us, carried all the way from Valenwood.
Why does it represent you to the village?
If we get to stay and I can continue my training to be a green speaker, it would mean the blighted world to me. I want the village to know I never intended to run away from my calling. That this was only ever about our union. About our love.
Can you tell me more about the seed pods?
We green speakers use ritual magic to enhance their growth. They go from fragile little pods to full houses in a matter of weeks. It's all part of the Green Pact, you see. We protect the forest, and in return, the forest protects us.
There are mosaics aplenty in the old ruins marked on your map. I'll meet you near the entrance. And thank you again, Traveler. I still can't believe we have this chance.
Can you tell me more about the mosaic you want me to recover?
The Dawnway, the philosophy my family and I follow, draws heavily from ideas and concepts in Ayleid culture. The Heartland elves were cruel at times, but they were also magnificent artisans and explorers.
So, this mosaic would represent your commitment to the village and to your family.
Absolutely. Deep in the ruins, our ancestors inlaid beautiful depictions of Ayleid life and love into the walls, celebrating the community those grounds once nurtured. Now that art is shattered, but even those fragments hold meaning in Vashabar.
I don't know, did you notice or not, but the rain... the rain is too long, yeah.
Traveler, be careful. Bugs are plenty here. They're drawn to remnants. The ritual still. The ritual still hangs heavy around this place. That's why there are so many sodding bugs. The seed pod we need should be close by. Let's go find one.
Green Spring Seed. Dormant Green Spring Seed. A dormant seed pod from the Vashabar ritual site. A personal offering from Laeni to her village.
Got it. Let's get out of here. Hard in hand. Thank Ifrit. Let's get out of here so you can help Clen. It doesn't stop. I'll be hearing... See you back in Vashabar. We faced the bugs. Now, to face my father.
Okay, Laeni. Be careful. So, additional baseline. Tribune
If you have a weapon, I need a hand.
What? You have your personal quest.
Ah, my comrade from Rustwall. What luck. I need your help once again. Do you hear the sounds of combat? The fight for Feldegard Keep already rages. When I learned of an impending attack, I raced to warn them. But I arrived too late.
Yeah, I hear, but I'm sorry, I need to complete one little thing and I will return. I promise. Stay here. Is it a breach there?
I'm here, friend. If you're ready, let's head inside. Keep your eyes open. The Heartland Elves offer many lessons to those willing to listen. But other things live in these ruins now.
Qualorn. Where are you? Okay.
The wildlife down here might see us as a threat. Keep your eyes open. The Heartland Elves never did anything halfway, did they? Troll! That's a big troll!
It's not a problem.
Keep your eyes open.
Allied mosaic. Part of an Allied mosaic from the ruin beneath Vashabar. Personal offering from Klendagal to his village.
That's it, traveler! An Allied mosaic that represents me perfectly. Let's get back. And hopefully this won't make our fathers any angrier than they already are. Someday we'll have to explore this ruin more completely. Not today, though.
I thought that I can go from this way, but okay. I understood.
Vashabar, Laney, and Klendagal have returned. Let them be heard.
Cyril, what's the meaning of this? Someone explain to me what's going on.
My brother looks furious. Good. I can't wait to see what happens.
Good. Do you like when he is furious?
I see our conversation has borne fruit. Well done.
Yes, Spinner. Yes.
I'm on the edge of my blade here. If they can pull this off, we're having so many drinks tonight.
The pollen bats of my heart are swarming with joy. To think Laney and Klendagal might be able to stay.
I'm not sure why we're all gathered here, but it must be for something important.
I see the knowledge of the Wilder Hall has proven useful. That's pleasant.
Almost time. Damn. Arse. What it all?
I'm ready to do this. Nervous, but ready.
Great.
You again. My sister's co-conspirator. Well, spit it out. Tell me what's going on here.
And I don't be shy for this. I'm proud. A rite of propagation, you know. Lainey and Clandagal are going to ask the village to sanction their marriage.
A rite of propagation?
Yes.
Would you put them up to this? There hasn't been a rite like this enacted since I was a child back in Valenwood. What does my daughter hope to accomplish with this archaic rite?
You said you wanted Lainey and Clandagal to remain in Vashabar. This can make that happen.
Outrageous. I'll drink my jug. I'll stand here, I suppose. Neither myth nor I can stand in the way of tradition, even if I don't like it.
Good to hear.
Vashabar, we need your help. Lainey and I want to marry.
As you all know, our fathers refused to support us. And so, we invoke the rite of propagation, an ancient Bosmer custom.
We gathered these symbols, representations of our roles in the village. An Ayleid mosaic for me.
And a green spring seed for me. Friend, you helped us find them. Please bring them forth.
So, nobody can talk.
These symbols represent our commitment to the village. And to each other.
Our future lies in whatever you decide. Do we have your support?
Well, what do you say, Vashabar? Do you support this union?
Aye!
Ha! There it is. Congratulations, you two. Let's give the couple a moment. Drinks for everyone.
All right, you old arse. The village has spoken, so let's make the best of this.
I suppose you're right, you bastard. If we're gonna be kin, let's get to drinking like it.
I worry about their relationship more than about their relationship. Well,
Don't usually get overly emotional, but I'm... Why don't you talk to Lainey for a moment?
Wait.
It may be the Jagger talking, but I think I'm beginning to see sense in what they're saying. It may be...
I can't believe he's come to this. Are we just old fools in the eyes of the village?
You talk to the happy couple. I'm going to try to get the village pleasantly tipsy.
The garden of my heart is bursting with love. I can't believe it.
I like this guy.
Look at them up there. I think I'm gonna cry.
Singer be praised. To see the rite enacted after all these years.
Their technique was a bit sloppy, but it's good to have seen a rite like that used again. How...
Don't usually get...
This hardly feels real. They rotting stand with us. Oh, Singer be praised.
Did that go as you had hoped?
I don't know whether to dance or cry. I think I'll do both, after Clem and I have a few of Cyril's potent drinks. I've been tense about this for so long. I almost forgot what it feels like to let go.
When do you think you will get married?
Let's get through this party first and let the village sober up. A few days, I expect. At most. That will give our fathers time to become comfortable with the idea. And I can work with Cyril to arrange the handfast ceremony.
Good luck anyway with the wedding, Leonie.
I can't thank you enough. You and the singer helped us make our dream come true. Without you, who knows where Clem and I would have ended up. I'll pray for you, traveler. Ifre keep and protect you for all the rest of your days.
Thank you.
Clem, we'd better get a drink. Otherwise the Rotmeth will be gone and we'll have to carry our fathers home.
I can't tell you the last time I've seen Lainey smile like that. Thank you, traveler. You've changed our lives.
To think this all started with shouting and a traveller walking in from the wilds. Ha! Just look at what you've done for this village.
You did a great deal for the couple as well.
Ha! Do you know how long I've been trying to smack some sense into my brother, or old Minth? I don't think about the singer much, but I might go listen to Bell Wellis preach. Just because you came walking down the road.
Bell Wellis has always tried to teach us to, listen when a singer tells a tale. Perhaps this situation will be good for the village.
Yes, how will this be good for the village?
Since before we crossed the street to settle Vashabar, there's been a tension in the clan. In the ways of the ancients, in conflict with our devotion to the grain, and now maybe we can put all that behind us.
Good idea. You are talking about the differences between the Green Pact and the Dawnway, right?
Yes, just so. Perhaps my daughter's union with Clendicle might build a bridge across that divide. And deep down, our two beliefs aren't all that different. Not really.
I'm going to look at this the way I think our ancestors might have. What seems today like the end of a tale might in fact be the start of a new one.
The start of a new story?
I don't know. I'm still trying to adjust. But our ancient ancestors faced adversity and still made it to Valenwood. Escaped an old life to start a new one. Perhaps that's what happened here today. And I do like Lainey.
It's great, friends.
For years I've devoted myself to the keeping of sacred texts. To think those texts would live on through the actions of our children.
Respect and deep thanks, traveler. Lainey and Clendigal shall remain in Vashabar, and it's all because of you. May Ifrit guard and keep you in your journey.
I can't wait for the wedding. You think the village is gonna get rot-faced tonight? Just wait until after the ceremony. Don keep you, traveler. Well done.
Thank you.
I can't contain my joy, stranger. Lainey will stay here in Vashabar, a proud and vibrant sapling growing amid the grove of her elders. The will of the singer, sung through you.
Well, I'm glad. I'm happy that you are alright, everybody. But now I can continue my adventure. In addition, my friend Alea still waiting for me. Let's go, friend. Let's go, friend, and let's continue this adventure in the next episode, where we will learn what's the problem with Alea and what we can do for her. And of course, we will continue the main plot. Thank you for watching.
I'll get you something tasty. What do prairie dogs eat again? Meat?